Hi, this is Angie. Today we're out at Canterbury Trails Farm and we're picking pears. So I have all the pears laid out to ripen. I think there's about 40 pounds going by. Each half bucket weighed about 10-15 pounds, it felt like. I didn't weigh them. And I think I had about 4 or 5 half buckets. So 30 to 40 pounds, I think. So we'll let them ripen and then we're going to start canning them. And I have another load to pick next week. So I'm probably going to be picking pears for the next few weeks out at the farm, which is great. So we'll be canning these up in a few days. Calls for hard pears that haven't yet been ripened. So what I've done is I've peeled and chopped 17 cups of pears, which was roughly 40 small to medium pears. 17 cups of chopped, peeled pears. And I'm going to put all these ingredients in the description. 1 cup of whole cranberries. 1 can of a 15-ounce can of mandarin oranges, undrained. So you want to put the juice in there too. Then you need 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of nutmeg, 2 cups of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of whole cloves, 4 cups of sugar. And you're going to mix those all up. And I might add, as I was peeling my pears, I was placing them in a big bowl full of water and about a half a cup of lemon juice to keep them from browning or oxidizing. Anyway, so we put that all in there and we're going to mix it up, and I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then I'm going to let it sit here and simmer for about an hour, and then we will come back and we will start canning it. All right, as always, got our hot sterilized jar. I'm going to top it with my syrup. Inch to a half inch headroom there. These would be really good with whipped cream, or you could even use these to make muffins. You could use it as a pie filling if you wanted. Bread. And the great thing about this is these were really hard when I was peeling them, but they have been stewing here for an hour. So now they are, you can't even tell that they were hard pears. Just a dinner knife, butter knife, poke down around it, get those air bubbles out of there. To clean off my rims of my jars. Put a simmered lid down on it. Fingertip. Just a fingertip turn there. You don't want to crank it down. Your lid needs to, air needs to escape so you can form a vacuum. I'm going to put my jars down here. And there we have the jars. We did 4 pint and a half jars and 1 pint and a half syrup. Tomorrow we'll do this all over again. And I have another recipe that's similar to the spiced apple rings. It's actually just chunks of pears with the red hots and a syrup, a sugar syrup. So we'll be doing that too. For the second recipe, it's going to be cinnamon pear pieces. This is similar to making the spiced apple rings. It's the same ingredients actually. You're going to use 2 cups of the cinnamon candies, Imperials, Red Hots, whatever you want to call them, the little red candies like in the picture. And you're going to use 4 cups of sugar and 4 cups of water to make your syrup. And we're going to bring that syrup to a simmer while I peel my pears. Okay, I've got the cinnamon, sugar, and water syrup in there. Now I'm just filling up my kettle so my jars can begin to sterilize. Pounds of pears, which is what this calls for. I'm hoping to be ambitious enough to do 2 batches today. Today I'm hoping to use my peeler on some of these pears. Yesterday I couldn't seem to get any of them to work. Today they're a day riper, so maybe they're not as hard. It was like some of them were so hard I couldn't even get them into the little core spot. So I'm going to try to do that with as many as I can because okay, I've got the 18 cups of peeled and chopped pears simmering. Well, I just came to a boil. Now they're going to be simmering for about 30 minutes, and then we'll start canning them. This is my okay. I am moving into the putting my pears into my jar stage. And as soon as I get these filled up, I'm going to water bath them water bath these for 20 minutes as soon as I get these all in the jars. Okay, I have my jars in the canner and I'm going to wait for it to come to a rolling boil. If you're doing pints, you're going to water bath these cinnamon pears for 15 minutes. If you're doing quarts, you're going to do it for 20 minutes. First, I have to wait for my water bath canner to come to a rolling boil, and then I will start my timer. And then we will look at the finished results. In the meantime, I got more pears to do a second batch, so I got to get busy. Been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Thank you for joining us. Bye.